Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Tobias and today we're going to see 200 points of Gondor versus Khand. It's a warband of rangers led by Faramir, legendary legion Rangers of Ithilien versus some chariots of Khand and one lonely horseman. Let's see how it goes. So first off, the deployment for the first round turn. So the warband of Faramir has ended up between these two woods to have a nice view down on the chariots if they come either way. And the chariots have deployed over here, so ready to stay behind cover here, or trying to get around this wood to get at the warriors down here, the Rangers of Ithilien. So priority went to Minas Tirith, or the Rangers, and yeah, let's see for the first round how the Rangers are going to move, and what about the Khandish chariots. He's probably going to use heroic march to get the chariots into combat as quickly as possible. All these woods over here, here, and here are difficult terrain, but the Rangers of Ithilien have got the woodland creature special rule, so they can treat it as normal terrain when moving through. The chariots are not going to get into these woods. Maybe the lone horseman over here can, but yeah, let's see if it's going to be relevant. So yeah, for the movement phase, the Rangers stayed put to gain a good view to the chariots if they came either way. The Khandish King, he spent 1 point of might to get his heroic march, and they could move 15 inches up, so getting quickly into combat. But now all the Rangers have line of sight and can see the king and the two chariots, maybe the horseman in the back. But yeah, they're going to shoot at the king on his chariot to see if they can unchariot him. So let's see, 14 Rangers firing with Faramir. Let's see how it goes in the shooting phase. And now for the Rangers firing, so they're shooting at the king. We take 7 at a time. We take the Rangers first and then Faramir in the end to see if he needs to spend some magic, some might. And they're quite skilled, so they hit on 3+, so 4 hits, and now they have to see if they hit the bulwark of the chariot or the king. So on 1 to 4 it's the chariot, and on 5 and 6 it's the king. So there are 2 on the king and 2 on the bulwark of the chariot. So let's see, they need 6s and 4s to wound the chariot. None of them wound, and now 6s on the Khandish King. 1 6, and he's going to take the wound. He's got 2 wounds and 1 point of fate, so he's down to 1 wound now. That was the one warband, or one part of the warband. Now the other 7 are going to shoot also at the king's chariot, and of course the king. So 4 hit. Now to see if they hit the king or the chariot. So 2 on the chariot and 2 on the king. Just take the chariot first. No hits. And now for the king, nothing. So until now it's 1 wound on the king, 1 left. So looking good for Gondor. Now Faramir, he's got let's see, 2 shots. I think I just have to see. So now he's just good old Faramir. 1 die, not getting it off. He hits on 3. So yeah, that was it for the shooting phase this turn. Let's see the next turn, because no fighting has occurred. Oh, actually, the Khandish King has got his bow, and he's got a stable platform, so he can still shoot, although he moved a full 15 inches. So I think it's getting 1 point worse, his shooting stats. So he's got a 4+, so now a 5+, and he's just shooting into some of the Rangers and getting a 1. That's not enough. So yeah, that was it for the shooting phase, and the first turn. Let's see the next turn. And now for the second turn, of course, priority went to Minas Tirith, or the Rangers of Ithilien. And yeah, they just moved 3 inches to be able to shoot this turn, so towards the woods over here. The chariots moved a full 10 inches towards, and the horseman, of course, towards the warband. And if he's going to use Heroic March, he can't charge. So that wasn't a possibility, and he needs his 1 point of might left to do other stuff. So yeah, next turn they could get into contact. So yeah, 1 more turn of shooting for the guys from Ithilien, and 1 shot from the Khandish King on these lads. And these 2 chariots have got axes, so they're not able to shoot. They have to pick either axe or bow, and they just go for the melee. So let's see another shooting phase from Ithilien, Faramirs Rangers, and Faramir himself. Once again, we take 7 at a time. So let's see these 7 firing at the Khandish King. So all but 1 hit. And now we see if they hit the chariot or the king. And 2 on the king and 4 on the chariot. Let's just take the chariot first. Oh. Needing 6s and 4s. That's not going to happen. And now for the king. Nothing. So a 4 and a 3. That's not enough. It's close. 1 wound left. That's not much. So now these 7 are going to fire at the king. Let's see. 2 not hitting, and these are going to hit the chariot and king. Let's see if it's the chariot or the king. All go on the chariot. That's lucky for him. Needing first 6s and then 4s. Let's see if they get a wound. They get a wound. So 1 wound on the chariot of the Khandish King. So it's got 3 wounds. And now for Faramir, he's going to shoot at the chariot too. Of course, missing with a 1. So yeah, that was it for the shooting phase. Let's see about priority for the next turn, if it's going to be Khand, or if one of them is going to call a heroic move to negate that. Let's see the next turn. And now for the third turn, Khand got priority, which is quite important for them. So they get to smash into the lines of these Rangers and Faramir, unless he of course calls a heroic action, and that's going to be heroic move, countered by the Khandish King, who also calls a heroic move. So both of them have to spend 1 point of might. That's the last one for the Khandish King. Faramir's got 3, so 2 left, and yeah, let's see how that goes. And now to see who wins, because both of them called the heroic action. It's going to be a 1. It's going to go to Khand, the evil player. So yeah, let's see now how the chariots are going to smash into the lines of the Rangers. So they get 2 impact hits on each model that they get into. And that's 2 strength 4 hits on every model, ignoring control zones and so on. So yeah, let's see that. So of course the Khandish King is going to call with me. So all of these are within 6 inches. And he can pivot 45 degrees. So he's going to go straight for Faramir. And now he's moving into the first model. And that's this unfortunate Ranger of Ithilien. So 2 strength 4 hits, and they are only defense 4, so only needing 4s to wound or kill the poor Ranger. So nothing there, and he has got no might to do anything about it. So he's actually just standing there and waiting. Now we've got the other chariots also. He's going to get straight into the first Ranger here. And yeah, so 2 strength 4 hits, going to kill the first one. Going to continue his straight line here and into the next one. getting another 4. Into the next one here, getting a 6, that's enough. Looking bloody for the poor lads here. Now going into 2 at one point here, so yeah, that's on the 1. And now for the other one, another 4, so really punishing these Rangers for not moving away beforehand. So yeah, he's continuing, going into this poor chap, getting another 4, that's enough. And now he can pivot a little bit, and let's just see how long he's been moving. So almost 10 inches now, so he can pivot just a little bit and go into the last of these ranges. So here, let's see, 2 snake eyes here. He's still alive. He's a tough one, this one. So yeah, let's see the other chariot going into some of these poor ranges. So yeah, he's going to get into just a straight line into the first one. So here he's hitting the first one here with 2 strength 4 hits, a 6, that's enough. And going into the next one, this one here, getting a 5 and a 6. This is going to punish them really a lot. So the last 3 of them here, let's just have a look. So the last 3 of them here, and we start with this one, getting 2 6s. This guy over here, getting a 5 and a 6. And this last one here, getting 2 4s, and that's enough. So really decimated this poor force, and the lone horseman, he's going to yeah, can go into this chap here. And I think that was it for the moving phase. So these 2 chariots are going to fight him. And we've got the horseman here fighting this ranger, and then the chariot is just standing there. So let's see the movement phase for Faramir and the remaining rangers. And now for the fighting phase, or the move phase, he got stuck with this horse guy. Faramir went into the king, and this ranger went into this chariot. So they're going to fight this fight, Faramir and the ranger against the king, and 1 ranger against this charging Khandish Horseman. So this charioteer is just going to stay idle for this fighting phase. But let's see some fights. Let's take the small ones first. The chariots have got and the horsemen have got have charged, so they get an extra attack. And yeah, so 2 against 1. He's going to make a piercing strike. So if he's going to win the fight, he's going to get a +1 to his strength, and if he loses, he's going to reduce his defense. So let's see for the first fight, 2 against 1. And the Khandish charioteer, he won the fight, needing 4s to hit, getting a 6, that's enough, so he's killed. And now for this fight, the Khandish Horseman has got 2, 1 extra attack for being a charging cavalry man. And yeah, it's going to the Khandish soldier, and now he's going to, he's knocked to the ground. And let's see, needing, I forgot to say, he's also going to use piercing strike with his axe. He's got an axe and a bow, and he's got 2 6s, so he's killed also. And yeah, now we've got the king on his chariot against Faramir and a lone ranger. Let's see if this fight is going to be worth a lot. It's exciting now because the rangers need it, and Faramir is going to spend 1 point of might to use his heroic strike ability, or hero ability, and now he's getting d6 to his fight value, pushing him up to a 10 against the 5 of the Khandish King. So if it's a draw, Faramir is going to win. So let's see, Faramir's got 2. Let's just take them. A 2 and a 3. Then we've got the Ranger, a 2. And now we've got the Khandish King. He's got 3 attacks on his own, and he's got the monstrous charge, which gives him 1 extra attack. And of course he gets a 6. I forgot to say, he's also using his piercing strike, so he's going to bump up his strength by 1. So Faramir can't do anything about this. He can't. He has got 3 points of might to spend, and the Khandish King is going to go for Faramir. Both of them are not prone, and now every strike is 2 dice rolled. So he's going to need. He's got a strength 5 now because of the piercing strike. And against Faramir, that's he's got a defense of 5. That's going to be hitting on 4s then. So we've got 1 5, so 1 wound down. He's only got 2. Now for another one. Oh, he's needing 4s, yeah. So 1 more wound, and Faramir has got some fate, so let's see if he can spend 1 of them. He's going to use 1 point of might to make that a 4, and he's off the hook for now. Let's see. Oh, that's another wound, and Faramir is dead. And let's see if he can kill the Ranger also with 2 6s. So the entire Rangers of Ithilien warband is annihilated. So 1 wound left on the Khandish King, 1 wound landed on his chariot, and he's got no might left, but yeah, that was pretty devastating. So yeah, let's tally up. So we've got all of these poor lads killed. So all of these in the charge of the 3rd round. Oh, sorry, we're only in the 3rd round. So all of these got killed first by moving and charging, and then in the fight phase taking the rest of them. So yeah, 1 clear victory. Let's just see if we can tally up the points for this to the death scenario. Just a sec. And this is it for the scenario 2 to the death. So 1 point for causing a wound on the Khandish King. So 1 point to Gondor, or the Rangers of Ithilien. And then we've got 3 points for killing Faramir. We've got 5 points for breaking the force, and the chariots, or the Khandish force, was not broken. And then we've got 2 points here for quartering the, or annihilating the entire force of Faramir and his Rangers. So 10 points to 1. That's a clear victory for the chariots and lone horsemen from Khand. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.